Hello everyone, welcome back to Thought for the Day, coming from Larbert Baptist Church's YouTube channel. This is not Tuesday, sorry, this is Friday the 25th of June. Honestly, it's Friday the 25th of June, sorry about that, it's been a busy week. The last few of my talks or little chats, thoughts for the day, have come from the church down in the vestry. You can see that I'm back in the house, back in my normal place position, and the house is quieting down a wee bit, and so I need to get back into some semblance of a routine. So I hope you're all keeping safe and well, and thank you for joining me once again. I'm going to share something with you. It's not always a good thing to share things on social media when the whole world can hear, but I don't really mind this one too much. But it's not a secret or anything like that. But perhaps if you've heard my grandchildren talk to me, you might have heard them refer to me as Grumps. Now, I hasten to add that this is a term of affection. It's not, at least I don't think it is, it's definitely not because I'm a grumpy old man. Honestly, despite appearances and what you may think, I am not a grumpy old man. But I've been given the name Grumps, or the name Grumps has stuck, and now it's used very affectionately by all three of our beloved grandchildren. I think it's sort of meant to be something like Gramps, but it didn't start off like that. It didn't come out like that when the children were younger and learning to talk. So instead of Gramps, I hope, I got Grumps, and it just stuck. So I don't mind at all. There's not many Grumps about. But I hasten to add, it is not because I'm a grumpy old man. Just the opposite, I hope. And I want to remind you of a chap that we meet in the New Testament, who I'm sure you have heard of, but whose original name you may not recognise. Okay, I'm referring to Acts chapter 4 and verse 36. You may want to look it up for yourself just to check out what I'm saying, always a good thing to do. But there's a chap there called Joses. Now that may not ring a bell with many of you. It's spelt exactly the same as Moses, only there's a J instead of an M at the beginning of the name. So the chap's name is Joses. If I read the entire verse, you may recognize the same person with a different name. It says, Acts 4 and 36, and Joses, who was named Barnabas by the apostles, which is translated son of encouragement, a Levite of the country of Cyprus. So Joses was the original name, the name which I assume was his birth name, the name he grew up with, the name he was used to and his friends were used to. But what a testimony that the apostles themselves, the disciples of Jesus, decided not to call him his birth name Joses, but instead they called him Barnabas, which literally means the son of encouragement. So you don't have to be too clever to work out what sort of a person Barnabas must have been. I imagine him, I don't want to read too much into this, but I imagine him as someone full of energy, buzzing around, encouraging people. He must have been optimistic by nature, saying the right things, telling people to go forward, have faith in the Lord, etc., etc. I can just see him being a pleasure to be around in many respects. And as I said, what a wonderful accolade to be named the son of encouragement by his peers, by his colleagues, by none other than the apostles. Now, what I'm going to try and do, in spite of what I've told you about my name, I'm going to try and be an encouragement to you this evening, because I am encouraged. I have been encouraged for quite some time now, the way things are going in the church, the way things are opening up, and the things we're now able to get back to doing. It was wonderful just last week to have a prize giving for the work amongst the young people. Work that was largely going on behind the scenes and out of the sight and sound of other people, but the work was going on, and it was nice to acknowledge that. It was also nice a few weeks ago to be able to actually sing in church. Yes, we had to keep the masks on, but I knew a lot of us enjoyed just having a good sing and praising the Lord in that way. And then, of course, just last week again, I'm talking about Sunday the 20th of June, it was absolutely wonderful, and people were really encouraged to see our musicians, not all of them, but musicians and a singer in the corner of the church leading our worship. And it did our hearts good. We were able to join in and sing together as a fellowship should, rather than just following along with the videos that we were making ourselves. They were a great asset, but now that we're able to move on from that, it's wonderful to be able to be singing again. Another encouragement just recently was concerning communion. We were able to go back to serving communion. If you want to just abstain from taking communion, if you want to continue to bring your own, that's fine. You can bring your own cup, your own bread, but we are now able to offer the communion prepared in the church hygienically and distributed hygienically, all according to the rules and regulations that we're allowed to do. So that's the way things are going. And again, we've been told by the powers that be here in central Scotland that during the summer, in the next few weeks or month or so, we hopefully will be going down to level 0. Now, level 0 isn't completely back to the way it used to be. There's still going to be some restrictions, but it's as near to normal as we're going to get perhaps for the foreseeable future. Now that means we'll be able to get more people into church. Hopefully we'll be able to get the masks off. Hopefully we'll be able to enjoy our singing and our worship even more. And I know that people are longing to get back. Now that encourages me, and I hope it encourages you as well. And I don't want to be the only one to be encouraging others. There's a job for us all to do here. And I would love it if you could be a son or a daughter of encouragement and just encourage others to come back to church, to enjoy what they've been missing. Either to come back to church or to come to church for the first time. It would be wonderful if that were to happen as well. And sometimes people don't come because they're not asked. And what's the worst that they can do? They can just say no. So don't be put off by that. Just try to encourage and come along yourself as well. I know that's easier said than done. There's still a lot of anxiety about, there's still a lot of nervousness about, which is perfectly understandable. But we've been praying and we've been working hard, we've been moving in the right direction, and I want you to keep encouraging people about the way things are going and about coming back to church. It would be wonderful if the progress that we make continues. Now I know it's not just it's not the same conditions elsewhere in the world. Other parts of the world are not nearly as comfortable as we are, if you can call our position comfortable at all. But we have a lot to be thankful for. So it would be good if we could just keep ourselves safe, still be careful, but just encourage others to come along to church just as soon as they possibly can. No use coming along if you feel nervous and anxious. You're going to have to wait a wee while longer, because if you're sitting there fretting about things, you're not going to give your full attention to the worship and the praise of the Lord. You'll be distracted. But as I said, can I encourage you to take the thought on board? We'll soon be able to accommodate perhaps as many people as want to come to any service, and that would be a wonder. That would be a joy. I just can't wait for that day. So please pray for that. Keep yourself safe, And maybe instead of having to talk to you on a screen, I'll be able to see you face to face. Yeah, even without the mask. I don't like seeing people mask to mask. It'd be good to see people face to face in church, rejoicing and praising and worshipping the Lord. There's nothing like it, and boy have we missed it. So I'll stop there just now. So please, if you hear the kids talk to me and call me Grumps, it's in an affectionate manner. I'm not a grumpy old man. Don't listen to other people. I'm trying to encourage you, and please be encouraged, because wonderful things are happening. Okay, I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.